Good morning, everybody. How's it going? How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. Another day, another dollar. Y'all like these sunglasses? My sister came and got them for me for my birthday last year. They're kind of fun to wear. They're a little different. I don't have sunglasses like this. But now I do, obviously. So, I just wanted to make a quasi political video. Quasi being gonna have several political topics of discussion, which I will get to this Saturday morning. But first, I wanted to fill y'all in, and I wish I could see the comments and how all that works. Then I might better organize my videos according to such. Mentally, I don't write something down, but that wouldn't be a bad thing if I did. Yeah, I would just consider that part of production. But usually I just it's more in the ether, in the air, in my thoughts. A mental organization. Anyway, so with that being said, some political topics of discussion, which I will get to. But at first, I just wanted to inform y'all in case you're wondering, which is very nice of you to do. My birthday, May 27th, is on Tuesday. I think it's this next Tuesday. But tomorrow, Sunday, Tracy works 12 to 4, and so Kimmy's gonna stop by at around 5 to this house. This one over there. After 5, and the plan is to play games, because I like to play games, whether it be dominoes. I like Monopoly. It's kind of fun to play. As far as competition, if you like to be competitive in your board games, Monopoly is a good to be competitive. And of course, it's real estate, so I like to practice on my real estate. So my mom and my 2 sisters and we're gonna be in this house tomorrow evening to celebrate my birthday, of which I'm hoping for that Donald Trump signature t-shirt. There's a little cardinal up there. Oh, he flew away. So why is she turning like that? Anyway, I'm hoping for that Donald Trump signature t-shirt. If you're wondering, they had it in different colors, but I liked it in the black and white. Anyway, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. I can always get it later. Maybe when I'm not in this house. Anyway, in this neighborhood. Surprise, surprise. But don't ask May Musk, okay? Everything is in its right place, according to May Musk. Okay? I don't know why. I don't know what logic she's using, but everything's in its right place, according to May Musk. But anyway, so yeah, just gonna play some games tomorrow at evening after Tracy gets off work at Michael's. I like to play games, so that's the plan. Have dinner. I was thinking about making a key lime pie for the birthday cake, so I'll go ahead and make it because I make really good key lime pie, in case you're wondering. At the grocery store here at HEB, they sell Florida key lime juice. So I'm thinking I might make some key lime pie for my birthday cake celebration, and I haven't decided yet. I said either we can have sushi for the meal, or maybe McDonald's. So I'm leaving that for tomorrow to see what mood I happen to be in. Uh, so we're gonna have sushi and probably key lime pie and play games. This Sunday, even though my birthday's on Tuesday, um, yeah, that's my plan. That's unfortunately, but I think that makes the best of the situation. Me and my family having to find ourselves in. My real family, as I like to call them. Uh, and as far as the military parade, in case you're wondering, um, how information is presented to me is certain subject matter, topic matter, in and of itself. I'm not against the military parade. In case anybody was wondering, on my husband's birthday, June 14th, of which I will probably not be there, in case you're wondering. And according to May Musk, that's totally okay and normal. Okay? One vehicle. She says, I can't have marijuana in this house because my mom owns this house. This one. Because of the schizophrenia. And according to May Musk, that is absolutely not an issue or problem and makes total logical sense. I'm just guessing. Via her Twitter activity. Anyway, I guess with that one, it's more about travel. She's got the travel card to play, doesn't she? As far as her connections, she was in that one Beyonce video, which I was surprised about. What? This is my Mustang in this video. Oh. Anyway. So yeah, I guess with May Musk, it's mainly about the travel card and not necessarily the connections card, which I personally find very interesting. As far as connections for her son, I think that kind of expanded when he entered politics, when he was Republican, not a Democrat, obviously. And other than that, I'm not too sure. May Musk, I don't see any recognizable actors in your daughter Tosca Musk's films. Is that a part of it? They're just like cheesy romance films, not to be taken too seriously. They're, as far as if you're an actor, they're, if you need to start your resume as an actor, you go to Tosa Musk with her romance films. They look like the cheesy soap opera kind of stuff. Obviously, May Musk in all her travels, you can't hook up your daughter with any sort of C-list, B-list celebrity. Got a bunch of no names in there. I guess you don't have to pay them that much. That would also be a perk to that. You make some cheesy romance films. That budget is controllable. That is not a SpaceX budget there. That's funny. I just thought of it. Anyway. Yeah. So, a military parade. So, I digressed. The military parade, I'm actually all for it. I know how information is given to me and not given to me is of great concern for a lot of reasons that I say. But as far as a military parade and it happening on June 14th, my husband's birthday, unfortunately, I'm getting the indicators that I won't be there. I'll be here. But I'm all for it. I don't see why not. Other countries have military parades and military exercises that kind of function uh, as a parade, but it's different because they're exercises, but it's kind of like a parade style kind of ambiance, right? Um, so, as far as all that goes, I'm all for it. I think Tracy, a long time ago, when we were in high school, Tracy was in the junior ROTC, and they had these, I guess, kind of like a parade, but they had like these, I guess, exercise. And they would, the family members would like sit in the bleachers, and they would do they would walk by and do their little exercises or whatever they had to do. I forget exactly what. Um, and it was fun. So as far as the military parade, um, and I think that's would be a fun thing for the people participating in it and for the people who go and attend the parade. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Um, and also, if you're talking about like finances and stuff, oh, it's gonna cost too much. This is like an ego trip. There's a lot of reasons to a lot of things, and in the military, definitely things can get involved. Um, I know with my husband, 45, 47, things, there can be like kind of like a gray area, um, especially considering finances, which is interesting because uh, he has a lot of money. So obviously that option is available, but as far as a gray area, I mean, uh, the things he pays for, and the things maybe I guess is paid for by the federal government. Um, I think camaraderie is important, and I think as far as wastefulness, um, I really don't see it as that big of a deal. It's a military parade. Other countries have them. And I think it wouldn't be so bad. Some people say that like military life is like so different and separate from like civilian life. So as far as that goes, I really don't think it's a bad idea. Um, so what on earth could we possibly talk about? Well, they did that military parade, and now I know a little bit more stuff about it, and so maybe we can have a little bit more stuff to talk about. A little bit more acceptance from the civilian population of the military, strict military life population. I don't think would be such a bad thing either. Um, and as far as finances go, it's very interesting. In general, as far as talking about finances via a military parade, my advice would probably be that's not the way to go. Um, if you want to have that argument about the finances, maybe it might be land better if it's not about a military parade. I mean, because you have a car, you got these exercises and all this stuff. You have to use these things, or you need to replace the battery. You got to do this, all this upkeep. So I don't know. I just don't feel like it's a bad thing. And as far as expenses go, I feel like it's negligible. And as far as like a birthday present to the president himself, it's certainly not Marilyn Monroe singing, right? That's not what's happening. It's a military parade, and I'm sure a lot of people will be invited and have the option and availability to attend if they so choose. But yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing. The only upsetting part for me about the military parade on June 14th is I'm guessing indicators are as such that I'll be here. And I'm guessing, according to May Musk, that's just fine. No problem. So maybe you should buy her book. I wonder if she has an ebook or an audiobook. Anyway. So yeah, my topic of discussions for my political talking points, I guess, was a little bit about the military. I think I kind of, it just makes sense in my head. I try to explain it, and hopefully I explained it well. But yeah, I don't see the military parade as something completely shocking. The couple, they're getting closer and closer. And according to May Musk, that's absolutely not a problem. But anyway, modeling, right? You're going to be a model and a dietitian and you're going to say this is fine. That's really dumb. I just had to let you know, okay? I think that's a dumb move. But I would not expect anything more different from May Musk. Anyway, I think, I don't mind the military parade. I think it's patriotic for the people involved and the people attending. And as far as expenses and finances, again, I would say overall that it's negligible. You should find somewhere else to have that argument, would be my suggestion. Because, I'm here this busy Saturday morning, to say people get better with competition. You don't want to tell somebody not to have that argument because it's an argument against yours. If your opponent is better and you have a good opponent, then that helps you improve your skills. If you have this sort of echo chamber, like, dare I say, the Young Turks, then you're not going to have there's no room for improvement. You know what I mean? So anyway, and dare I say that is something that my husband 4547 is absolutely does not mind. In the 45th administration and the 47th administration and in between, that's never been something where he was been like take that argument out of the room. Don't even bring that argument in here. So anyway, my political talking discussion. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. 1 second. Okay. So my first political talking point is I saw Nina Turner on Twitter. She directed a question at MTG, and I was thinking to myself, I don't think anybody cares what MTG has to say. So I'll go ahead and answer that question that she had. It was, do you support other usage, alternative forms of energy? Other than oil and natural gas. And my answer to that question is yes. However, to expand upon that one word answer, I do live in Texas, and the freeze of February 2021, still a bit scarred by it. Stuff like that, you really makes you think like this could be a really big problem and issue if things aren't working right. Um, they say it's the electric grid for 2021 with CPS. Um, and I'm not too sure about all that. But as far as transportation, cars, oil and gas, from what I know, I'm not an expert in energy, not in physics, and not in resources. But from what I know about oil is oil and natural gas is uh, it stores for a really long time. Um, there's really not much you can do to, you have to be very proactive to kind of damage that energy source, oil. You can store it. Um, as far as the Texas heat, really not much of an issue there. As far as the freezing point of oil and all of that, I don't know. It's a good question. Um, but using alternative forms of energy like wind and solar, I think I don't have a problem with. I think what I do have a problem with is see all the time, oh, a Green New Deal, but people are just cutting down trees left and right just because they want to. It's just, I see from my perspective, even though I am here, right, I see a lot of uh, using people's concerns for we all live on this planet and we have to take care of it and all the plants and animals in this planet, right? Very busy. Another person walked by. Where's my ADT? According to May Mouse, that's completely fine. So there better not be any images of me and Elon. Okay, May Mouse? Because that would be news to me. It's something I already explained. Anyway, because I'm just saying, that would be a really bad look. But anyway, I see a lot of people, a lot of the times, people using that wind and solar and going green, and they don't even care. Their heart's not in the right place. They don't care about it. So I think oil is very stable. I think there's a lot of safety in oil as a form of energy. And as far as wind and solar, I don't really know how they work. Um, uh, I'm always thinking to myself, can't there be a little solar panel on my cell phone? I'm always worried about, I'm walking in downtown San Antonio and I'm like, oh, my battery's running low. If only I had a little phone charger that has like a solar panel on it. So I think it's, as far as replacing oil, I think it's an interesting conversation. Maybe alternative forms of energy, such as wind and solar, are better used for different things. Which means what? Maybe we don't have to use oil so much for all that, and maybe lower the cost. A competition, I think, also lowers costs and prices on things, right? So you want to buy our product, I think maybe we can afford to price it down a little bit so more people will continue buying our product, right? I'm not an expert in economics, okay? But yeah. So as far as alternative forms of energy, I am for it. As far as replacing oil completely, um, if maybe perhaps that's your follow-up question, I would say no. As far as using different forms of energy, um, I don't have a problem with it. I don't see the problem in it, especially if wind has a certain kind of niche for our society. Solar has its certain area where it's like solar is really helpful there. Wind is really helpful here. Oil and gas is really helpful here. Um, and as far as all that goes, I have yet to see any sort of like um, cleanup, like help for the environment. We talk about alternative forms of energy, and I think as far as investments, especially financially, I said, well, look, we have this city recycle and this city organics, and that's about it. I see sometimes I see products that said this is made from 100% recycled plastic, and I'm like, that's great. Um, I don't see what the problem there. So as far as all that goes, I don't see why there wouldn't be if there's investments in alternative forms of energy or investments in keeping the planet clean for biodiversity to thrive, so on and so forth. Um, uh, I think companies uh, uh, that can maybe not so much that are not so much focused on we need to replace all these appliances, maybe just something proactive, maybe even scientifically, to help clean the earth, whether it just be like in education. I took ecology at UTSA, a college level um, course, which I don't know what they're teaching now in high school and all that stuff. Um, but I saw an article about coral bleaching, and then the coral, that part that the coral bleached part, it was like it got better due to, I don't know, uh, the uh, the the ecosystem that was there. The everything natural over there was did their job, and the fish and the seaweed, they just live their lives, and then they help the coral. I don't know. Um, so yeah, if you're talking about like big investments and stuff like that, I'm just really concerned about how genuine people are about things, and I would like to see a little bit more in the public square about maybe recycling, and how actually do you, all I know about it is Monsters Inc. I said, do they just recycle it and then they push it down and then you get the new plastic bottle? How does that work? Um, so yeah, all I know is there's one company for recycling organics, and it's the city, which I think is technically under, if you want to look at financial reports, I think it's technically solid waste management is these three. And as far as all that goes, you can feel free to judge. But I was wondering, as far as keeping the planet clean, I said, well, maybe we can put our trash in space. Maybe Elon, maybe colonizing Mars isn't the way to go. Maybe what you can do with your Falcon 9 is transport our trash away from the satellites that we use for our phones and all that. But just kind of shoot the trash out there so it doesn't have to be here on Earth. What do y'all think? I don't know of any plants and animals in space. There's like nothing out there except other stars and stuff. And if the trash tries to go into there, isn't there like an atmosphere that'll just blow it up? I don't know. Upon second thought, I've been thinking that recently. I said, is it really that crazy of an idea to maybe just put our trash in space far enough away so it doesn't come back to us? And you know what? I think maybe SpaceX can do that. Why not? The city of San Antonio can do that, and that's the only. Maybe SpaceX can have a new job. Because I know Elon Musk sent one of his Teslas to Mars. So if he can do that, then maybe he can take care of our trash. I'm joking, but serious. So anyway, what else? Trying to think if I have any other political talking points in this hustling, bustling neighborhood where nobody knows who I am before and after 2021, which according to my Musk, that's fine. Completely normal, totally logical, nothing to look at there. And so anyway, I guess that's my political talking point. I'm gonna take another sip of coffee and see if I can think of anything else. 1 second. Oh, and so again, that's another thing. I hear the way information is presented to me. I gotta deal with that till after January 14th. This is so stupid. So stupid. My husband is a grown man, okay? What do you think you're doing? It's completely fine. I'm here. Anyway, 1 second. Speaking of which, I thought of something else I could say. I saw that Secretary of Health, Robert Kennedy Jr., a global wellness forum, which their Instagram started February 4th, which Marla Maples, which was apparently, according to Wikipedia, Trump's wife from, I don't know, like 94 to 96 or something like that. One child. She has one kid, and she has one kid only, which is Tiffany. But she got this little global thing. She's making alliances with Governor DeMeatball, Ron DeSantis. If you didn't know, that's what I call him, because of his face. She's making alliances with him, and according to the Global Wellness Forum, I don't know if she made that company or what, but this started February 4th, and they're very much in support of RFK and everything he's doing. So I think also our political talking point is I think it's interesting how sometimes in politics it can be people, right? People can be used as pawns for a lot of reasons, but you know, when you get into politics and public life, a place of public service like that, the expectation is that is the arena you are in, and you need to, if they're going to try and use you as a pawn, you know, you need to work, that's your work environment, right? And you need to use it to the best of your ability. And if you're smarter and better than them, then obviously it'll show. But yeah, the health issue is Marla Maples' forte. So Trump's a second wife, which I don't think in their divorce she got 25 million. I saw on Instagram Reels there's this one interview with my husband, and is it 25 million or maybe 1 million? Or I think it was, I don't know, there's this one clip where the interviewer was like, well, why don't you just give her the 25 million? And then my husband was all like, I think $1 million is a lot of money. I don't know, he gave a really good answer, and I was like, anyway, it's a tough life out there. So I just wanted to bring that up as far as political commentary. There's, I guess, a lot of health stuff going on. Oh, and another thing I wanted to bring up. In these last 4 minutes I have, less than 4 minutes, as far as the South Africa. I think it's really good moves my husband is making. I think it looks the optics are good. Um, Going to the Middle East, bringing a South African president, and I don't know if there's any other governments in Africa who's been to the Oval Office. Um, but I think that's very interesting, especially considering violence and stuff that's been the history and been what's going on. Um, and overall, I think it was a good meeting, and optically speaking, as far as news and stuff goes, I think it's good, and as far as overall benefit for everybody, I think it's really good. Um, Having a voice in the Oval Office obviously means something, right? Obviously, that is an indicator. Um, uh, so yeah, there's a lot of violence and stuff. I'm not an expert, don't ask me, okay? But I just know from casual viewing of history via Wikipedia and uh, movies and television shows. There's a lot of violence in a lot of those places. Not all the time and all that, but yeah, I didn't see it as a bad thing. I thought these are all very positive moves. Um, and when you're leaders of something, there's a lot of things you have to balance, right? Right? There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff, and especially when you include a whole different country and stuff like that. A lot of moving parts. Um, so overall, I thought it was really positive thing to have him there. I thought, what is Elon doing over there? Okay. Um, he's so annoying to me. But anyway, um, yeah, I thought it was a very positive thing. I think there was some confusion about the footage that was shown, but I would say that when you're leaders, there are certain things that you do. You always have to think of safety and any possible outcomes, and always have to be a couple moves ahead. Um, and that's just the standard. That's not going above and beyond. That's just the standard. So yeah, I think overall it was very positive and a good thing. Um, so yeah, I'll be here for my birthday, and my must does not have any problems or issues with that, I'm guessing. Okay, this video is about to end, so thanks for chit-chatting. What do y'all think about RFK, oil, alternative forms of energy, maybe recycling, maybe sending our trash to space? Thanks, Elon, and the domestic policy and foreign policy that we're getting to see in real time. What do y'all think? Let me know.